Everyone loves In-N-Out, but does everyone love a Detroit-style In-N-Out pizza? That's the question. And here's the answer. We don't know because we don't think it's been made before. In fact, I've never made this before. It was just a little light bulb in my head a couple days ago. I texted Max, I go, hey, what about this? He goes, I'm in 100%. So now, today, you'll see how these brains put things together. This is not tested. I have an idea of how it should all go. There's gonna be ground beef to simulate the beef in the burger. There's gonna be American cheese to take the place of the cheese in the burger. Caramelized onions, because I always get my In-N-Out double animal style onions, because it's a huge part. And then lettuce, tomato, but in the Detroit style pan. You know what that means? The cheese runs down the side. You get that beautiful, crispy, gorgeous wall of fantasticness. Here's the plan. We got the ground beef and the onions going. We make our sauce. Dough's inside, just finishing its proofing. I'll bring it out, we build. And then we see if this thing works, or if it's a pile of shit, then I don't think it's gonna be a pile of shit, Max.
How could it be?
How could it be? That's the thing about cooking. Even when something doesn't turn out, you still got to eat it. And it may not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but it's still good, like me. Not the most beautiful thing in the world, but I'm still good. That would be the point. You go, nope, but you're beautiful, Sam. And we begin. A little oil in both pans. Hey, holy. And in this first one, we'll be caramelizing some onions, because you can't have your In-N-Out without that. And this other side, we put some ground beef, because you can't have a burger without ground beef. I suppose you could have a chicken burger, so you can't have a beef burger without ground beef. That's what I'm trying to say. So everybody just needs a little oil, and you know this takes a bit. You can't rush caramelizing onions. Well, you can, but they'll suck. You want to know something? Tell you a little secret. See these onions? Did them in the processor.
I was gonna say, they look like they're chopped the fuck up.
Well, I was thinking about it. Why do I have to make them perfect if they're... Anyway, okay. Ground beef. Same deal over here. Just start to bust this shit up.
Bust it?
Bust it! All right, I'm gonna switch from the soft spatula to this guy to help break this stuff up. You don't want a piece like this on your pizza. That would be wrong. So we're just stirring, turning, breaking up. Everything's gonna be fine. And by the way, if it wasn't obvious, these two steps could easily be done well in advance. Afternoon of, morning of, day before of. Season the beef a little bit, kosher salt, pepper. And don't forget, the pizza's going in the oven, so you don't have to cook the shit out of this beef. In fact, if I stopped now, the carryover cooking would get the pink probably out of most of this, and whatever wasn't out would be taken care of in the oven. So we'll stop here with this one. In fact, let's move them both down off the deck so I can make my sauce. Sauce time. That's a pickle. Should be obvious. And this we just want in like a fine dice. So a few long strokes, cross, and then cut into little bits. Oh, and yes, my favorite knife these days, the 5-inch Santoku. Fits perfectly in my hand. It's right there. It's a perfect extension of me. I use it for a ton. And by the way, available at shopstcg.com. All right, pickles in. Of course, you know mayo is coming. What is that? Half cup, right? Let's go with a tablespoon of ketchup. Not like that. Or that. Note to self, time for new ketchup. Mustard. Oh boy. Looks like we're coming to the end of everything here. Sriracha, which I always say not typical for In-N-Out, but I love it. Some salt, crushed ground black pepper, one more. This we can mix. Oh, bring it on, baby. I want to bathe in that. Let's check our onions. These are looking nice. I'm gonna give these 5 more minutes, and then we're basically ready to start our building. I have my dough, except there's a little problem. I know it looks like a loaf of bread, which I guess essentially it is. Here's the deal. You make the pizza dough. I make mine in a processor. Get into a bowl, put it into a bowl that you've oiled. Put this in there, little oil on the top, saran over the top. And you should put it in a warm spot. My house is not that warm, even though it's 80 degrees outside. So I put a pan of boiling water underneath the bowl to create a little steam. 2 hours later, we go in to get it. Except, stupid here, turn the oven on so it would be ready for the pizza about 15, 20 minutes ago. And now look. Have a piece.
Looks pretty good.
I think we made some decent bread. And by the way, the reason I can hold this bowl is because I'm using the new Cooking Guy hot gloves. Coming soon to a shopstcg.com store near you. Look at them. They say effing hot. Effing hot. And it lets you do this, because this, oh yeah, I can feel the heat from here. How's the bread?
It's really good.
Yeah. Go check them out, because you need to be able to handle hot things in your house. And now you can, without using a towel. And by the way, if you're using a towel, make sure it's not wet, because that is a surefire way to burn yourself. But wait. Pretty good. We've run to the store to get dough. Always a good option. So hang on, stay right there. When you see us next, we'll be dealing with this properly. There's our dough, round 2. Store-bought dough, out of the package, in the well-oiled pan, and now it's been sitting here, I don't know, about an hour and a half. Now it's at the point where I can stretch it to the corners. You really have to let the glutens relax, or it'll just, it's like an elastic band. You'll stretch it, it'll stretch, and it'll snap right back, and you don't want that. So before we finish stretching this out, let's get some other things ready. And the first is cheese. What kind of cheese do we have on an In-N-Out burger?
American.
That's right. I couldn't use American slices. That seems weird to me. But you can buy a block of American cheese at the store, which this is. So just let me grate this guy up, because this will scatter on the dough. But here's the question. The Detroit style pizza we made begins with cheese on the dough. Sauce goes on top of it. But we also have caramelized onions, we have ground beef. I think I'm gonna go sauce, then cheese, then onions, then ground beef. How's that sound? All right. You're doing a fine job here, Sammy boy. I don't like grating my fingers. We're almost there. All right, let's get the dough back. Here we go. Now we want this in the corners. It's just happening for us. You're not doing this with a cold pizza dough. Take it out of the fridge. Couple hours before at least, maybe 3, and you'll be all right. Here's what we do. We come up here, we ask the dough to go in the corners and stay in the corners. Now we add our American cheese. And I have no idea if this is a good or bad idea using American cheese like this. I do know a Detroit style pizza, you want cheese all the way at the edges, because that will help make this incredible cheesy crust all down the sides. Crispy and amazing. Even coverage, very nice. And there's our sauce. So we're scattering. I think we might be okay. The Detroit style one we did before had lines of tomato-based marinara stuff, like 3 stripes that way. We'll just be a little different today with our classic In-N-Out components. now we scatter our ground bizzle. That's ground beef to you, to anybody under 60. I'm really liking where this is going. I'm gonna end up using about 3/4 of a pound of this ground beef. Last but not least, our onions. And I think the only way to do it is like this. Sorry for the hands, but look, if this was a pizza shop in New York or Philly or Detroit, or even here in San Diego, you think they're putting toppings on with spoons and stuff? No. They use their hands. Best tools they've got right there at the end of their arm. They don't have to look for them. They're not hidden away in a drawer. They're not in the sink. No one can take them from you. It's not like you have to worry about another cook taking your hand. Have you seen my hand? Oh yeah, Jeremy got it. He was mixing some sauce earlier. It's not a worry. This is beautiful. I'm so happy about this, but I'm gonna be even happier when I taste it, because I just feel like it's gonna be everything in and out. And that's it. My oven's at 500 degrees. It's going in 15, 20 minutes. When the dough looks like it's there and this looks like it's there, I'll be back. We'll top it with that other business. We'll cut it, we'll eat like. And 20 minutes later, look at what we have done. Wow. That's some pretty shit right there, fellas. We wanna get it out. You need to loosen. Oh, look at, see that? Did you see that? This edge, that's what all this is about. Here, Chancey. Chancey, have a look. Is that pretty? Damn it. Even with the store-bought crust, I'm still mad, by the way. And I gotta blame somebody. Oh my God. Look at that. I love this little burned edge. It's like a lasagna edge, you know? Cheesy, fabulous looking. But wait, don't stop there, because it's missing 2 things from a classic In-N-Out burger. Peanut butter and cream cheese. Oh, lettuce and tomato. So let's put it on. And again, we don't want to inundate. We just like some nice, cool, crisp bites. See, people are gonna look at this and they're gonna go, oh, ground beef pizza. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that it's Detroit style, but it's In-N-Out. And it's the In-N-Out sauce instead of marinara, tomato sauce, pizza sauce, any of that business. All right, so let's cut this kid. Let's go here, halfway, and let's look what we've done in here. Oh yeah. Look what you've got. It's beautiful. Hey, Mikey. All right, so forgive me, but I'll make a little smaller piece for myself. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. There's the bottom. It's beautiful. Oh, it smells like In-N-Out. What a surprise. That's as close to an In-N-Out burger as you're gonna get on a pizza ever, anywhere. Oh my. Look at this. Look at this. Yum. Hey, you gotta make this. Go online to thecookingguy.com and just type in Detroit, and the first one will come up. And this one, the recipe's below. Oh my, it's fantastic. A couple things to know. Liking and subscribing help the channel, helps us grow, and it's free to you. And if you're a subscriber, you have a chance of winning one of those. Sam the Cooking Guy knives. We're giving away one every video this year. We find you, we put your name on the screen like this. You reach out to us at info@thecookingguy.com. We send you a knife. Could anything be more simple or more free? More free? More free. Boys, it's time for pizza.
Have you ever processed them before?
Nope. Will it ask me if I'll do it again?
Will you
Yes.
based on what they look like, I would say In-N-Out processes them.
I'm sure, I mean,
Like, they can't have somebody cutting onions. That's
no,
not really
but
what
they
they're
probably have a special machine that doesn't like process them, but
Yeah.
that chops them some way.